Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. So today what we're going to do is make some of these little notebooks using doilies, the laser cut doilies from my Etsy shop, and just paper and scissors and that. I know I was going to decorate those book pages. We'll do that tomorrow. Sorry, I had a squirrel moment, but I did. Line Dot Arrow was having a challenge on their Facebook group to make little notebooks in shapes, like, you know, a heart or a whatever. And so I was cutting these on my Glowforge and thought that would be a really fun little notebook. So this one, you can see I didn't match up totally correctly, and that kind of bugs me. That is a little tricky, but I will show you a way that you could make that happen. But it's just two of the doilies, and then in the middle I've put that manila drawing paper, but you could use coffee dye, you could use scrapbook paper, you could use lined paper, you could use copy paper, you could use whatever you want kind of paper to go in the middle. And then I just put a brad on this one to hold it together, so it kind of does, you know, that thing. But if you wanted it to be obviously like more stable or something, you could, oh, and I just ripped it. So see, that might not be the best way to attach it. But anyways, a staple or do a stitch, and, you know, then it's going to hold together a little bit better than this. This is just, I had the idea and just threw it together. So I do like that it fans out like that, but obviously that needs a little work. So what we're going to do is I'll show you how I've figured out to make it so that you can get the pages all lined up, and how I did it. So the first thing you're going to do is take your paper, and I just have 4 sheets of paper that I've spattered watercolors on, and I've just used black, obviously in different shades, mixed with more water and less water, that whole thing. And then also pink, which for my watercolors is a mixture of the scarlet red and the titanium white. These are Arteza tube watercolors. So that's what I did. I just spattered it all over like we do with coffee dye. This one is coffee dye and black watercolor. So what I did was take my doily and put it on my page like this. And then I traced around it just using a pencil, went around it, and I marked while it was on here. Actually, it's like this because I can see my letter. I marked a letter T while it was on here and lifted it up and marked another letter T so that I know when I'm trying to put it together, I can line it up so that my pages don't end up kind of wonky donkey like they are on this one. This one I'll keep for a sample since it's falling apart right there. But anyways, I go around it and then I cut it out. And the easiest way to do that is so floppy. Sorry. The easiest way to do that is to clamp it so that they stay together. Obviously, you want them to stay together. And I'm going to cut this one out. And I know this is super duper boring, but I just want everybody to see how I did it so that if you're wanting to make one of these for yourself, you know, you've got the whole how-to. I kind of go a little bit inside the pencil mark if I can, and if not, if I don't get it totally, this paper is going to be a little more difficult than the drawing paper because it's wavy from being spattered with the water. Anyhow, I go kind of inside the pencil mark just so that 1, the pencil mark's gone, and 2, it's a little tiny bit, like barely smaller than the doily itself. But this is how I did it. And I know this is slow, and I apologize. You can fast forward. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. There's no confusion. So I'm just going to cut this off. And for me, this is a great use of these little half pages that I have from printing out labels for my Etsy shop. Because I'm always trying to find stuff to do with those, because I obviously don't want to just throw them away. So, yeah, this is a great solution. Okay, now what I'm going to do that I have this side cut, I'm going to take my clamp and put it over on that side. That way I can finish cutting it and it's still held together, which I know seems Captain Obvious, but I didn't get this side marked very well, so we'll see what we do. The other thing is once you get, you know, once you put the doily back on there, you can trim around it some more if it's not right, which I don't think it's going to be right there because I didn't trace it very well. And this one I think I'll staple just for time's sake, but definitely you could stitch it. You could do eyelets, like more than one eyelet, and do like a little ribbon through the eyelets. So there's lots of options for connecting them together. And hopefully you cut better than I do. I mean, they don't have to be completely perfect. It's not like, you know, the cutting police are going to come take you away or something. So what you might want to do when you get to this point is maybe do some spattering or something on these little doilies. This one I spattered just white paint on, and that's the craft color doilies. When you order these from my shop, you get some craft, mostly white. So let me grab my little spatter tray here, and I'll show you kind of how I spattered those. I mean, obviously it's nothing. And then you also have to think this is going to turn around, so I want to see if it'll line up. Yeah. Okay, so we can spatter those sides. All right, and then I have my little palette here. I know you can't see every little bit, but just putting paint in the little dots. And this just is going to be watercolor again. Oh my gosh, if I can get them open. These are really hard for me to open for some reason with my hands, the way they are. Not very functional. You could use acrylic paint though. You could use ink. You can use anything you want to use. You can just ink them up with some Tim Holtz ink. You don't have to use the watercolors. This is just something new that I've been kind of playing with and I'm liking. So, but of course, do whatever thing works for you that you like the best. Let's see, I need a different paintbrush. I want a good spatter one. This brush is thrashed, but it's kind of nice because it just works. I'm just going to put a few little black spatters, and then I'll just kind of add water and do some more. So that, you know, it just gradually kind of gets lighter, but still has a little bit of that gray tone. The other thing about the watercolor that's nice is it does dry pretty fast. And I'm just going to use the same brush and go into my white, grab a little red, just a very little red, because you can see it gets dark real fast. I'm actually going to add a little more white to that, and it's got a little gray tinge to it because I didn't use a fresh brush, but you can obviously do it as you like it. I'm going to grab my water. Okay, and then I'm just going to do the same thing. And then I'll get these dry and I'll come back so you don't have to wait. Actually, why don't we just decorate? We'll decorate the little one because I don't think I'll spatter it. I'm just going to let it be how it is. I'll just ink it up so we don't have to wait. I'll set those down and let them dry. So I've got this one, and we've got the one I already cut out, which I did what with? Oh my goodness, Amy. It's right here. You guys screaming at me. Ay, ay, ay. Got too many things in front of my nose. Okay, so here's my T top, and then I'm gonna find my T on this one and the other one. I'm gonna ink these. And you can obviously use paint again, whatever you like. But we're gonna decorate them too, so they won't be plain regardless. So really the trick is just getting them lined up again. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna use is our little tiny attacher. And I might use just like a little piece of fabric or something also, just for interest's sake. This one I think I might do a little more manly looking. Okay. I'll just take a strip of that. But yeah, I just thought these were fun. I mean, you can do so many different things. You could probably even glue a real doily to a piece of paper and cut around it, you know, and do the same thing. And then that way, because a real doily, the problem with using it just as a cover or whatever is it's so thin. But if you glued it to another piece of paper, like a thicker piece of paper, then you wouldn't have to worry about that. So that would be kind of fun to do. And then you could make bigger ones, you know. So I'm just going to do that, put this on here, try to, you know, line it up as best I can. I'm not like super duper worried. I just want it a little more lined up than the other one. If we can get it lined up more. Okay. And then this one. And obviously my cutting is not perfect, so clearly there's the human factor of all this as well, as far as how it's all gonna line up. Okay, that looks a little bit better. It's just doing a top or whatever is gonna help you a little bit to, you know, keep everything together. All right, now I'm gonna take my little piece of cheesecloth that's coffee dyed, and my little Tim Holtz fabric, or I'm not sure, I think this is Tim Holtz fabric with words on it, and just this little piece of like gingham, gray gingham. And then we're gonna just staple it over there to hold our little page or our little notebook together. Hopefully it will go all the way through that. It does. It did it. That's crazy. All right, so that is done. And so then you can just fold it back and write, you know, just like any other notebook that you would write in. Okay, let's decorate that with some, I think I'll use a Tim Holtz tiny one. Got these. Did I even say how you guys doing? I hope you're having a good day. I just get so excited sometimes. I just get off on a tear, don't I? Apologize for that. That's rude. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing good and having a good day. I'm doing good. I'm feeling better. I, you know, still have the cough, but that doesn't surprise me. I know that I'll probably have the cough for a while. But doing a lot better. My husband's doing okay. He's still having trouble with his face being a little bit swollen. Not as bad, but it's just annoying. So I don't know what he's going to do about that. I don't know that there's much he can really do. I mean, you know, he's breathing and all that, so it's really kind of just a matter of waiting it out and trying to... Oh, this guy's fun because he's sitting. He's a little tall, though, still. These are cute. Like a whole family. And I can't see that, though. Kind of liking that other guy. Three gents there. Kind of want an older fashion because this might go in this journal that I'm working on right now. So I kind of want from a further back time period. How's that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll probably be stuck with the cough for a bit, but that's, you know, that's tolerable as long as it doesn't get too bad. Yeah, I just think something like that will work just fine. So yeah, you could whip out a whole slew of these real fast and easy. I mean, they're not hard at all. And like I said, I mean, you can even, without the doilies, do, you know, a scalloped edge little round book or whatever. It doesn't have to be this. It's just, this is kind of fun, right? So, and then, I mean, it's so cute, just tucked into a pocket. And then you have more writing space. I mean, little notebooks are always good. He kind of looks like he's leaning, but maybe I'll put this little, this was from doing my collage. Oh my gosh, I can't even pick it up and I just ripped it. It's this little $5 thing out of an old magazine, so it's just kind of cool. Looks old. Okay, we'll put that on there too somewhere. So the trick that you have to do, because obviously there are a whole bunch of holes in this, I used a piece of deli paper and put it in there and then just glued like I always do. And then I moved the deli paper around while it was drying. I mean, the one that this one, I could just move that top doily out of the way and glue stuff onto it, and that worked fine. But like this one, it's stapled to the other pages, so obviously not as easy to move out of the way. So we're going to have that there. I think I put that up a lot lower, so let's rethink this here. I guess he could be kind of leaning on this, couldn't he? I think I'll put this $5 back behind like that. Yeah, that'll work. So clearly, right, it's going through all those holes. But if you get that deli paper moving around in just a second here, I'll do that. Squish that a little bit. Then it seems to work just fine. But I would definitely make sure it dries completely before you just let it set right up next to the pages underneath, because that could cause a problem. Okay. So yeah, just try to keep it moving around to new spots. Get it pressed down real good, moving around. So that's all I did with the other one, and it seemed to work fine. I didn't get any pages stuck, so. Okay, so then, these are flowers that I cut out. I have this one, and that's the one for those that are drying, and I doubt they're dry yet. So then let's do, I thought this might be fun too, one of the houses from my Glowforge as well. Keep moving this around. So same thing. Uh-oh, I got this stuck already because of paint. So this is just a piece of copy paper that I did jelly print on, and it looks to me, I think it's just Tim Holtz Distress Oxide ink in different colors, and then I spritzed it with water and then put the piece of paper down. So that's how I got that effect. I thought those would be fun pages. I'm going to line this up with the side over here. But you could use the Halloween houses and make some little Halloween notebooks would be fun. All right, this one's super easy because it's just obviously the outline of the house, which isn't hard. And this is just one sheet of paper, as you saw, folded up. And this is easier to line up as well. Oh, you know what else I was going to do that I forgot? I wanted to put a piece of paper on the back. Let me grab a piece of paper, just 1 second. I wanted to use this heavyweight craft paper, so I'll have to trace this again since I started cutting that already. Yeah, I just thought this might be a good backer. So even if you only have one of the laser cut pieces and you're like, oh, well, I don't have two, so I can't do it, just put a plain piece on the back. It doesn't have to, you could even do it with the doilies. Just do a doily on the front and then a plain whatever on the back. And then you'll have, I mean, that's a good way to do a notebook anyway. It doesn't have to have a design on the back. And then the back could be written on as well, so that's kind of nice. And probably if I was doing this again and not on camera, I would spatter this as well on the back. But I'm not going to worry about it since I just want to, you know, get it done to show you. Okay, so that's the back piece. Put that in with all my other little pieces I use to back things. Get this one cut out. This one's going to be super easy, obviously. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave it attached at the side, which is obviously another option. And by cutting this bottom part, I've now freed it from the other pages. So then I can just take it on here, and I'm going to staple this one too, just for the sake of time. But again, it could be stitched. It could be, you could use brads, eyelets, what have you. And if it doesn't line up 100%, you can always trim it some more. Okay, what did I do weird here? Okay, there, I think I got it. And I'm just going to go ahead and staple. You could use fabric again if you wanted to. But yeah, you could just make up a slew of those. See, isn't that so fun? Oh, you know what? I probably should have turned those other pages around, but I guess then they look cool. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so how do we want to decorate this one? I am going to go around here again and just kind of get some of the edges of that paper. So we could use another bit of old paper. This might be kind of fun. This is out of the old arithmetic book. That I used in my Marguerite Miller collage this week. Just going to take one of the numbers. You could stamp a number. You could stamp words. In fact, that's what I was going to do, and I forgot. Let's move this and see. Yeah, it's all right. So I'm going to put this here and stamp since I forgot before. This is a Stampin' Up! Stamp. I just took it off of the wood because I didn't like it on the wood. But it's just script. So any script stamp you have, Tim Holtz has script stamps, or, you know, wherever. Wherever you can get a script stamp would work. This one's just nice and big. And I don't care if it stamps perfect. I just want some of that effect on it. Let's glue this. Just some little bits here and there to decorate it. Use whatever you like. I'm actually going to turn it upside down because it will fit along that roof line a little better. And then where is... Sorry, I'm just looking for my little torn papers, and I just used them, so here's some more. With the numbers and what have ya. I don't know what I want to use on there. Kind of feel like we've done the number thing, huh? Maybe one of these. That fit. It hung over the windows a little, it doesn't matter. And these are just all Tim Holtz stamps that I've stamped on random coffee dyed paper, ledger paper, whatever. Okay, and we could use a tiny person again. Did I leave them? No. Oh yes, they're right here. I'm horrible. I have places to put stuff and I get it out and I just leave it out. And it's a mess. Those three are just so funny. Funny guys. I like that other lady better. So the whole girl with the teddy bear. These are so tiny, but their faces are weird. He's kind of good. Could go over here more. I like that one, I think. Oh, he's cute too. I don't know what he's leaning on, but it's cute. I like it because I can see more of the number. I don't know what he's leaning on though. That one, he could lean on that window. Yeah, let's do that one. Sorry. Changed my mind. Some people are like, yay. Some people are like, aw. I think I'm mostly going to go right down the center of him because that's obviously where he's going to stick the most. Let's see, I need a paper towel. Okay, so there again, just kind of keep this moving. And of course you could add whatever you want. I think that's fine. Happy with that, so I don't feel like it needs anything else. But obviously do it as you like it. So did this one dry okay? Yep. I'll set that aside and grab my other doilies. All ready. Okay. And I have my top. Did I erase? I don't think I erased those, did I? I think I covered that one, but this one didn't get. Okay. So let's see. Here's my top. Try to get them lined up while it's in the vise. Make it a little bit easier. I did kind of not a great cutting job on this, but it's okay. It's a little tricky with the wobbly, wavy paper. Okay, I think that's good. I'm going to clip that again because I want some lace, I think, for this one. If I've got any bits, I don't know. That is not, that piece would work. I might have to grab some other lace. Why do you never have what you want? Oh, this will work. That will work. When you're doing these things, I don't know. And then maybe we'll do like just a flower on this one or something. I got these flowers from my Porch prints. Oh, you know what? I just realized I don't have my... I didn't have my microphone plugged in, sorry. I got too excited when I started this video tonight. I messed up all kinds of stuff. Hopefully it was all right and you guys could hear. Somebody said they couldn't hear the other day and I don't know why. I looked and I didn't see anything in particular. Like the sound was all working, and when I listened to it on my computer or my iPad, it was working. So I'm not sure what happened, and I apologize for that. Sometimes the sound on our devices doesn't work the way we want it to. And I could use... And if you don't like the Tim Holtz paper dolls, then you don't have to use them. Just use like a bird or flower or whatever that you do like. I mean, obviously decorate them up the way you like them. You don't have to do them the way I'm doing them. I might stitch on this one just to see how that comes out. And that one, this one, I don't know where I got that image. I think I just got it. It was cut out in my stash of things. I think I just probably got it online or something, because I don't have a digital with ladies like that. So I'm not sure, but I know you can get digitals that have those though, so they are pretty easy to find. I think I definitely will stitch because I want to stitch through this lace a little bit, because I know it's not going to stick super great. This does work pretty good on fabric, but like I said, I am going to stitch it. This is more just to tack it down for now. Oh, I need my little piece of this. I'm just going to put a few dots here and there to hold it for now. Yeah, see, it just doesn't want to hold with glue very well. I'll put that kind of under that piece of lace. Put quite a bit of glue on there just so that she can hold that lace down a little bit as well. Where I put that baby doll already. Okay, I'm gonna go stitch this and then I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like. Right back. Okay, I am back. So although not perfect, it kind of slid a little when I stitched it, so it's not lined up perfect, but I think it's so cute to put in a pocket. I just think that's super fun. So there's that one. That one was a little harder with the ruffly paper. This one, and then using the house. So yeah, just fun little notebooks, and they're not very thick, so you can just pop them right into a pocket and away you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this idea, and I hope you make some of your own, and I would love to see them. So if you're on Instagram or whatever, just tag me and I'll leave a link in the description box below to where you can find me on Instagram or other social media, and we will decorate those pages that we made the other day together tomorrow. So I will see you then. Love you guys. Talk later. Bye.